I took a deep dive into the internet's most popular how to make $10,000 per month online videos from the likes of Iman Gadzi and countless other entrepreneurs, all claiming that they had the holy grail. And what I've discovered is a lot of them are oversaturated, super complicated for most of you beginners out there, or can be, rinsed. So like social media marketing agency, e-commerce, building a dropshipping store. I mean, you've heard it all, seen it all, done it all likely before. So what I've done is I've compiled a list of 4 of the hottest make money online strategies to make $10,000 a month in 2023, still working halfway through the year, that you can use and start applying today. The best part is they're simple. No one's really talking about them, but most importantly, they can work fairly quickly, especially for you beginners. So without further ado, that's going to allow you to know whether they work or not, to save yourself thousands of dollars, hours, and any ounce of sanity that you have left after burning your eyes through watching all these videos. Just before we get into these methods, there's a massive issue at hand, bigger than climate change, bigger than World War III, bigger than that crazy guy called Steve that lives in your grandma's basement. Yeah, that guy. It's the fact that we haven't hit 1,000 subs just yet. So go ahead, smash that subscribe button just before we get into this. Method number 1. Appointment setting. Now, I got a story to tell about how this process works. So what appointment setting is, it's a remote job that you can work from anywhere in the world. And this is one of the best hustles that's popping right now. Reason why is because there are tons of business owners, including myself. So I'll give you an example. I might go on Instagram and pay for a shout out, right? Now, or I might do a promotion on Instagram or Facebook, and after doing so, I'm going to have a ton of people who are directly messaging me interested in wanting to purchase my products and services. Now, whilst I'm busy running my business, I don't necessarily have time to reply to all of these DMs. But that's a problem because there's money that's constantly racking up in my DMs because the average product or service that I sell ranges from a high 4 to 5 figures. So every time I don't reply to someone, I'm constantly losing money. And that's where appointment setters come in. Appointment setters are people that will manage all the conversations that you get to your DMs and follow a simple script, just typing on their keyboard, to ultimately get someone from interested in your offers to now booked in for an appointment for you or your sales closers. So when they do that, they're able to earn a commission once that person pays. Give you an example. Let's say they reply to 10 people's DMs, okay? And they get 3 people booked in. And out of the 3 people that they get booked in, one of them that attended the call actually makes a purchase right then and there. If that person spends $5,000, appointment setters can very easily make between 5 to 10% commission. So on average, $250 to $500 per client. Now imagine you can make $500 per client. How many clients do you realistically need to make an additional $10,000 a month? It's not very hard, right? You only need an additional 20 people in a month. That's less than 1 person every single day coming in, and all you're doing is sending DMs. So this is one of the hottest things that you could ever do. Now I've got another quick story about appointment settings just before we move on to the next one, and it's this, right? A few years back, we had a client that came to us through the business. Now, bear in mind, she was from a third world country, right? She lived in India. I won't name her because now she's a very, very, very valuable asset and a team member. But she constantly went through all of these training programs and courses, and she found herself in a situation where she wasn't getting any results because she fit these characteristics. She wasn't amazing at communicating in English, right? She found it very tough to kind of be face-to-face or on the phone with clients live, and she wasn't really much of a social butterfly. So she found it very, very difficult to do things like selling on the phone. She wasn't super technical, but one of the things that she was good at is following a step-by-step process, which is exactly why when she started messaging our clients and our leads on behalf of us to get them booked in for appointments to then buy our offers, she started to get paid between 5 to 10% commission. And she very quickly went from a regular everyday factory worker in India to very quickly making over $10,000 a month, which is a ridiculous amount of money for somebody living in India, right? So we have appointment setters that on average make a high 5 figures to, an even low 6 figures every single year. So that's side hustle number 1, or method to make $10,000 a month online, number 1. The second one is high ticket closing. Now it's crazy because this is actually how I started off myself. There was a time when I never used to have any of my own offers. I had very little to no experience, but all I had is a bunch of time on my hands. And here's how I used that time to go from making 0 to well over $10,000 to $20,000 a month just closing deals. Okay, so there are a wealth of businesses who right now, companies like solar panel companies, course creators, a ton of digital marketers online, even fitness trainers, right? That all have fantastic products and a great team behind them. And the one thing that they're lacking is having somebody to be on the other side of that phone to educate the incoming people on exactly what their offers are, what their services are, what makes them unique and different, and why they should pick that specific company to do business with, right? And if you can get really, really good at communicating that one point, you can get paid very handsomely for what you do. So when I started out as a closer, on average, I'd make between 20 to 30%. And the average products or services I was selling were upwards between, $3,000 to $5,000. So if you do the math, right, let's say you got a $5,000 product and you make about 30% commission, you're making about $1,500 per client, which means you only need about 6 to 7 clients a month, right, to basically go out there and make a 6-figure income or an income of $10,000 a month. Now, the best part about this is it's super remote, it's easy to learn, and once you understand and acquire the skill, you can then use that skill in any area. And this is one thing I say all the time. In any business that you run, the one skill that if you do learn, if you do acquire, if you do master, you'll never ever have to worry about going without money ever again, is the skill of high ticket closing. And I know a ton of business owners who you can go on Instagram or Facebook who are course creators who are running ads, right? And you can very easily DM them, or what I would do if I was in your shoes is I'll do this. I'll go to one of their ads, that gives me an option to book in a call. I'll book myself in for a call, even record the call with their closers, find problem areas where their closers are lacking. And if you can find the problem areas where their closers are lacking, you can go to them and say, hey, look, I've noticed that your closers are lacking X in your business. Here's how I can improve X. And they'll offer you a job on the spot for you to start receiving inbound leads that they're paying for, and you can basically get paid for to make a commission and turn it into your own full-time business. Third one is affiliate marketing. Some of you don't want to spend years, the trial and error, the heartache, the research to create and build your own products or services from scratch. And this is why affiliate marketing exists. Other people have created products and monthly services that you can connect other people to get paid in the process. And this is something that I actively do with myself, right? I know the softwares that I use in my business that I know my clients are going to find super, super valuable. So by referring them over to these monthly subscription programs, i.e. ClickFunnels, where I host and build all my websites and pages to sell my offers, I get paid a monthly commission every single month from doing so, right? So something that you can do right away is like this. And just to simplify what affiliate marketing is, think of Uber, for example, right? Uber is one of the biggest affiliate marketing companies that exists, right? Does Uber own any cars? Absolutely not, right? Does Uber own any physical drivers? Realistically, not, right? What they very simply do is they've created a digital app. It's a platform, and they market to drivers who are offering to offer their services and skills to drive people around. And they connect them to passengers who are seeking and actively want a ride. So without moving an inch, a tech geek, a nerd from Uber who doesn't even know how to drive a car is currently getting paid 30% commission on every single ride that's happening internationally over the world. This is why Uber is $1 billion company and has scaled so fast, because they don't need to own any cars. They don't have any overheads like fuel, petrol, tire changes, any of that stuff, right? They don't need to worry too much about the passengers. All they do is spend all the revenue that they create advertising online, promoting referral codes to a bunch of people so they can share it, and as a result, connect two services and paid in the middle. Airbnb does exactly the same thing, right? Airbnb, somebody could be a 12-year-old and own the company Airbnb. I mean, not literally, but you get the point. They don't even have to own a home, right? All Airbnb does is connect homeowners or people who are renting houses out to people who want to rent the physical houses and the locations. They don't have to pay for maintenance, service, any of that stuff. They connect to and make a percentage in the middle. That is known as affiliate marketing. And the greatest thing about this is you can do the exact same thing. There are several products and services out there that exist that you can connect and get paid daily. The fourth one is building a social media marketing agency. Now, while most of you have heard of what this is, some of you haven't. So let me quickly explain it. As a social media marketing agency, your number one job and priority is to basically take on the management of other people's social media, their advertising and basically funnel in more clients into their business. So I'll give you an example. The average business owner out there today might spend $2,000 a month on a billboard, right? But the question is, when you drive past the billboard or when you're paying $2,000 a month for a billboard, can you really track how many people have seen it? As a result, come to your business and purchase something? The answer is no, because you'd have to have some form of a tracker built into the billboard. And I'm sure that technology just doesn't exist just yet. But here's what does exist, right? That business owner doesn't currently know whether they're getting a return on investment from the $2,000 a month that they're spending. Now, when you make this clear to them and show them that there is a way that they could do that, it's a no-brainer for them to pay for a different service as opposed to the billboard. So I'll give you an example of what that looks like. When you pay Facebook, right, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, Mr. Z, right, for advertising, for every dollar that you spend, you can track exactly who clicks on your link, which country they're coming from. Usually you can have a good indication of how old they are, whether they're male, female, and this data is what's invaluable, because the more of this data that you collect, the more money you can make by retargeting a lot of those who do buy your offers and services, right? And when you present it to a business owner like this, they'll easily pay you $1,000, $2,000, upwards of $3,000 a month for your services. Now, that used to be the old way of doing social media marketing agency, owning an agency like that. The new way, right? And I know this works because I recently paid someone about $1,000 a month to do this for me, right? Is short form content, right? So this very YouTube video that you're watching right now, if somebody came to me and chopped up, every single timestamp of this YouTube video and said, hey, I know that TikTok shorts, YouTube shorts, Instagram, Facebook shorts are absolutely blowing up right now. Here's 10 shorts I've created from your most recent video. I'll charge you $10 a short, right? 10 times 10, it's $100, right? Now, if he goes throughout the month and does that for 10 more videos that I upload, he's now made himself $1,000, right? Furthermore, if he does that for me and 9 other people, he's made $1,000. So there's so many ways that you can create an agency that's going to pay you 6 figures a year plus, i.e. $10,000 a month, just by getting creative and learning methods like that. So to summarize, the 4 key methods that are hot making $10,000 a month in 2023 right now is appointment setting, high ticket closing, high ticket affiliate marketing, and running your own social media marketing agency, which you can split up into different variations. So comment below which one you liked the most. Which one was it that kind of stood out to you and kind of clicked with you? Which one was the biggest eye-opener for you? And if you're watching this video right now and you're probably wondering to yourself, well, man, now that you've given me 4 options plus the 10, 15 others that I've heard from other YouTube videos, which one should I pick? And to that, I say this: if you are somebody who's very charismatic, confident, you're a people's person, I would suggest high ticket closing, right? If you're somebody who, likes to be more reserved, behind the scenes, you're somebody who doesn't have a ton of time on their hands, but you have a set dedicated routine as to how much hours a day you can set aside, then I'd recommend appointment setting, right? On the other hand, if you're somebody who wants to learn more about systems and you're a systems person, you're a bit of a tech geek and stuff like that, and you enjoy typing out emails, running Facebook ads, playing around with numbers, then I'd recommend affiliate marketing, right? That could even work if you're super charismatic and you like to connect up with a bunch of people. Finally, if you are somebody who's interested in team building, right? You have a long-term vision of building and launching and creating your own team, then I would start off by running my own social media marketing agency. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, you got a ton of value, and you're ready to start making $10,000 a month plus in 2023, then comment below, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video.